going to go live. So I'll just switch off that audio there so that you all don't get disturbed. Yeah. Okay. So welcome to living a full life. And yes, who's going to tell me what is the meaning of FULL?
Ma'am.
Yes, Ansh. Yeah. What is F?
Fearless, unstoppable, limitless, and loving.
Okay. Kalash, do you think you're fearless?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Vivek, you're fearless?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now there is no fear in your mind, no? Whatever fear के पीछे का fear नहीं है ना अभी?
No.
आज के बाद वो clear हो गया?
हाँ.
All right. So Abhinita, can you come on the video? So fearless, limitless, unstoppable, and loving is the full form of full. Okay. So we are encouraging living a full life because we have एक ही जिंदगी है और इसको बेस्ट बनाना है. आप मेरे साथ हो?
Yes.
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 So thank you so much for joining in and being ready to live a full life. So today the topic is going to be on limitless. On being limitless. क्या ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? Can we be limitless?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What makes you think so?
I think if you don't set any boundaries to yourself or any limits to yourself, then you can be limitless.
Wow. And if you like a comment that somebody gives, you know, just give a clap sign or a thumbs up so the other person feels encouraged. So why do you think, Abhinita, you can be, have and do whatever you want?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there has never been any limits on you? कभी
No,
आपको
there
ऐसा लगा
have
नहीं?
been limits.
Yeah.
No, there have been limits.
So why do you think that, you know, we cannot proceed further sometimes because of the limits? So where are the limits?
Sometimes it's the self-doubt.
It's self-doubt. So very good. Self-doubt means you do not believe that something like this is possible. Correct? You doubt your own capacities. And that doubt, why do we get self-doubt? हमको self-doubt क्यों होता है?
Maybe you overthink that you're not good at something. Not good at that work.
You think that you are not good enough. और वो thought कहाँ से आया?
Maybe because of some experience you might have been seeing.
Correct, correct, correct. So you might have had an experience because of which you made a belief.
Yeah.
Right? Now, these beliefs which do not allow you to move forward are called as limiting beliefs. And it is because of our limiting beliefs that we do not become limitless. Right? हमारे दिमाग के अंदर सोच ऐसा हो गया, मैं ये नहीं कर सकती हूँ या मैं ये नहीं कर सकता हूँ. And then eventually we realize that whatever is our belief, we cannot perform beyond it. Like suppose I tell you, you have to cycle 10 kilometers. How many of you will say yes?
Yes.
So Abhinita, why are you not saying yes? Because you don't think you can?
Because I know how much I can cycle and how long I will be able to be in that position.
Yeah, so you have put a limit on how far you can go.
Yeah.
And that limit is there?
Subconsciously.
In your subconscious mind. Why do you say, Kalash, that you can cycle 10 kilometers?
Miss, usually I cycle on roads and I go from one like I travel more. Like from
So
one
you have
station to
practically done it. You have
yeah.
practically done it. So you're confident. What about you, Ansh?
Ma'am, I have not driven a cycle since a long time. So if anyone gives me a cycle, I like keep driving it on and on. So I
Because
think
you
I can
love
do it.
it. Because
Yes.
you love it. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the thing is, we have certain beliefs in our mind which are kachra beliefs.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I can't face the public. I can't talk openly about my fears. I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't have the capacity to get 50 out of 50 in maths. We keep telling the same thing again and again, and then it becomes the belief for us. Right? So, can you think about any one limiting belief that you have about yourself? Of course, not the ones discussed in the class, huh? Apart from that.
Which I have. Maybe I put myself on.
You have put on yourself, yes. वो लिमिट, वो बिलीफ जो आप पकड़ के रखे हैं, नहीं मेरे से तो नहीं होगा.
I
Okay.
think, okay.
कि
I
हमसे
can.
नहीं हो सकता.
क्या क्या क्या?
हमने ऐसा बिलीव बना है कि वो हमसे नहीं हो सकता. ऐसा
हाँ,
नहीं.
तो वो कौन सा वो
I
लिमिट,
can say
एक
that.
लिमिटिंग बिलीफ बोलो.
I can say that. I won't be able to open up with people on my first meet.
On my first meet.
Yeah.
So I am a shy person.
Yeah.
तुमने वो बिलीफ डाल दिया
Yeah.
कि I am a shy person and you
Right.
will never be able to open up until you break that belief.
Maybe I don't think so. I will be able to break that because it may keeps on popping in my head that why are you getting too talkative like person on your first meet?
So somebody must have actually put you down when you spoke. Correct?
Yeah, actually it happens. So I mostly since I think 2 to 4 years it keeps on happening with me. So I generally don't get this.
Okay. So you have a thought and somebody testifies for that thought.
Yeah.
And then that becomes a belief.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But from that time till now, there must have been some changes in you.
Recently, I think something has changed within me. During these days, I generally maybe not in my first meet, but on my second to third meet, I generally get
That's because,
comfortable with that person.
Yeah, that's because you're in Management Me School of Confidence.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Give him a huge round of applause, please. A very good self-reflecting thought that you had about how you're slowly changing. So what made that change?
What made that change? I think what made that change? I don't have any specific reason to say, but to keep on maybe practicing, I think.
Yes, practicing made all the difference. And not only that, we are constantly installing programs into your head, right? So right now, I am going to ask you to converse with somebody you have never met before.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Abhinita here.
Okay. Hello, Abhinita.
Hi.
Hi. So my name is Vivek Ganga.
Yeah. My name is Abhinita Sharma.
I have been here since past 1 year with BG ma'am.
Okay.
I think you have recently joined, right?
Yeah, this is my first year.
Abhinita, you have the same limiting belief?
Yes.
Yeah, so proceed. I give you 1 more minute, that's it.
Okay. So how has that been with you? How have you experienced the classes?
Yeah, it was actually good, because at starting, when did I join? No, I was a complete different person, which I am now, because I don't get used to open. Even with ma'am also, I didn't used to talk that much. Okay, जितना बोलना है मेरे को ठीक है बस.
अभी सबका मस्ती करता है ना?
हाँ. You can see me in class.
Yeah, sure.
So ask her how it was her experience.
Yeah, it was a first class, right? When she,
This is her
Yeah, it's
first
my
class.
first class.
okay, this is your first class. I will ask later. How was your experience?
But she did come to me in my office.
Yeah.
All right. So was it very difficult for you, Abhinita, to speak now to Vivek?
No,
It
I
wasn't.
asked some questions. It wasn't that difficult.
Yeah. So what happens is once you break your limiting belief now, then you can do anything that you want. All right.
Yeah.
So now we come back to the topic that's being limitless. So let me share with you a wonderful story. Linisha, we would like to see your beautiful face.
I Limisha.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Okay.
Manasvi is not
Do you
there.
know about the persons who invented the aeroplane?
Right, brothers.
The Wright brothers. Correct? At that time, the people must have thought, how is it possible that something so heavy can fly in the sky? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So they broke the limit
Yes.
and they proved it to the world. And today we have helicopters and we have aeroplanes, because of which we can travel from one end of the world to the other end of the world. Sorry. Within minutes, right? So a belief which you think is limiting you is what I want you to find out. Like how Vivek shared that he used to feel that he cannot open up with a stranger until or on the first meet. So what is your limiting belief? Just write it down now. One belief which we have not discussed before. Huh? Somebody's background noise is coming, so please switch it off until you're speaking. Don't on your audio until you're speaking.
Is
Yes,
it mine?
Kalash, what is your question?
We have to write a belief that we can do that, right?
No, a belief that is limiting you. कोई ऐसी बिलीफ जिससे आपको लगता है आप कुछ चीज नहीं कर सकते.
अच्छा.
Like मुझे ऐसा लिमिटिंग बिलीफ था कि मैं ट्रैकिंग नहीं कर सकती हूँ. Because थोड़े टाइम के बाद में I start panting. So when we had gone to one place called as what's that place? I don't know, this paragliding and all. It was a big mountain and I found it very difficult to climb. So I said, no, I don't think I'll be able to do it. So my son said, Mama, close your mouth and breathe and take one step at a time. So then I used that technique and I started moving. So now I know I can do whatever I want. I broke that belief that day. So I want you to write this belief so that you don't have any limits because of the limiting belief. So what we're going to do that and tell you afterwards.
Miss, can you repeat the question?
My question is, name one belief which stops you from doing something.
That stops you belief.
Yeah. If you have written, just give me a thumbs up. आपको एक लिमिटिंग बिलीफ, मतलब एक चीज जो आपको लगता है बिल्कुल कर ही नहीं सकते. Please don't write something absurd like if you're a man you say I can't give birth to a child. वो वाला मत करो. Any limiting belief कि मैं कॉन्फिडेंटली बात नहीं कर सकती हूँ, या मैं अपना नया what you say मुझे अपने करियर में ग्रोथ नहीं मिलेगा बिकॉज मेरे में वो एबिलिटीज नहीं है. सो दैट बिकम्स अ लिमिटिंग बिलीफ.
मैं दो लिख सकते हैं.
क्या दो लिख सकते हैं? लिख सकते हैं, बट एक तो लिखो पहले.
हाँ, एक लिख दिया मैंने.
कौन सा है?
कि मैं कुकिंग मुझसे नहीं होता है. लाइक yesterday mom made a dosa, so I was just removing it. So it may difficult हुआ मेरे लिए थोड़ा. फिर मॉम ने स्लाइटली निकाला तो फिर मैंने पूरा निकाल दिया.
तो आपको क्या लगता है अगर आप सीखेंगे तो नहीं जम सकता है क्या?
हाँ, सीखने से तो हो सकता है.
हाँ, बट आपके दिमाग में ऐसा है ना कि ओनली वुमेन कैन कुक.
नो.
हाँ, तो वो एक लिमिटिंग बिलीफ, मतलब आप बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते. वो तो सीखने वाली चीज है ना, आप सीख सकते हैं वो. Ansh, have you got your limiting belief?
Yes, ma'am. My belief is that I cannot get good marks in English language.
हाँ, correct. Okay, Abhinita?
मेरा भी सेम ही है, पर इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज नहीं.
English language only, okay.
नहीं, इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में नहीं.
SS में. What about you, Abhinita?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your limiting belief?
That I might annoy the person in front of me.
I might annoy the person.
Yeah, whoever I'm talking or that.
Okay, so you annoy people is your limiting belief.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help you to make friends.
Yes.
We will definitely be working on it in the class. Yes, Lanisha?
Traveling solo.
Even I had that limiting belief. Okay, will I be able to
It's
travel
like
alone?
I dream to do that, but I'm scared. And it's like I won't do it.
But I am going. I took the first step. I'll be traveling alone. I'm going somewhere alone.
Yeah, but like parents ko manana and going by myself, and it's all difficult.
All right, we will work onto it. We'll work onto it. Yes. So now I'll share with you one story. It's a very beautiful story. Okay. So this story is about some insects. The insects are in the forest, and there's a huge bathtub in the forest, and all these insects, they live in this bathtub. There are big insects, there are small insects, there are ants, there are beetles, there are so many other grasshoppers, different types of insects which live in a big bathtub. Now the people in the insects inside the bathtub realized one thing: if they have to be safe, they will have to ensure one thing about the tub. What do you think they would have to ensure? They're all staying inside the bathtub. Okay.
That the water doesn't fill.
Yes, the water doesn't well.
Yes, that the water doesn't fill into the bathtub, because if the water fills into the bathtub, then they are going to get drowned. So what should they do?
Either which they should get out of that tub.
No. What should they do to the tub so that the water doesn't get filled?
What were the insects, right?
They were insects. And it's a huge bathtub. So how will the water not get filled? In a bathtub, when will the water not get filled?
When it has a hole or something.
When the hole is plugged.
Yeah.
Sorry, when the hole is not plugged, when the hole is open.
Okay.
But because there are so many insects, there could be chances of something getting logged inside the hole and it getting plugged. So if it gets plugged, then water will get filled in. If it is not plugged, water will go inside the earth. Correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct? So what they did is they wanted to give this duty. So they, sorry. So they thought about it and they said, like, whom will we give this duty to ensure and to keep a watch on seeing that the hole in the bathtub is not plugged. So they chose the wisest beetles. You know beetles, na? So they chose the beetles. Now these beetles, their duty was to ensure that if there is anything that falls into that plug, then they will remove it and keep that pathway clean, so that if water falls, it will go into the earth. Okay. But somehow, one day, something happened which actually clogged the bathtub. Now all the insects got scared. Now if it rains, then the entire bathtub is going to be filled. What will we do? How are we going to manage? Right? So, you know what was that thing? It was a big watermelon which clogged the opening of the bathtub. So then everybody said, oh my God, the watermelon is so big. The insects are so small. How is it possible that the insects will push and remove the watermelon from there? Is it possible? It's not possible, correct? So then they went on thinking what to do. At that time, there was a foreign ant. Foreign ant means the ant that did not belong to the forest. From some other forest, it landed here. So there was a funny looking ant. And that funny looking ant came and said, shall I suggest something? So first only the beetle said, kya tu itna chota hai, tu kya batayega? Said, I will take the responsibility of removing the watermelon from here. So everybody started laughing, saying such a small ant and such a big watermelon, how are you going to carry it? We all together, we will come, then also we will not be able to carry it. So that funny looking ant said, I'll do one thing. I have a lot of friends. But the funny looking ant knew that these people are not believing what I'm saying. But still, it wanted to give its opinion. So it said, I have a lot of friends and I am going to get those friends here and they are going to help me and support me to remove this watermelon. Do you think it's possible? Of course, because it is a session on being limitless, you will say, yes, it's possible. Right? So it's possible. And what happened is, though the beetle did not believe, the grasshopper started teasing the ant and said, oh, you funny little ant, you think you have got all the brains? Here is the wisest beetle and it is not able to find out a solution to this problem. And you are going to find out. So the grasshopper started teasing the funny little ant. Then after some time, the wise beetle thought, I don't have any other way. Kalash, I think you should mute your audio. There's a lot of sound coming. Yeah. So thank you. So the wise beetle said, I don't have anything to do. There is nobody who is helping me out. Now this little funny ant has come. Let me see what the ant has to do. So he said, okay, you go ahead and use whatever strategy you want, but remove that watermelon from here. Though the beetle inside in the heart of hearts did not believe that it is possible, it said, let me just try. Let me just see. Now this funny little ant, with a gleam in its eyes, it looked at everyone and said, wait, I will come back. Wait for me. And it goes out of the bathtub. And after some time, 2 or 3 hours, it comes back with a huge army of ants like itself. So the entire herd of the foreign ants came into the tub. And what these ants did was, each of them went into different places and covered the entire watermelon and started biting a piece of it. Then as soon as the grasshopper saw it, it started laughing very loudly. What are you going to gain out? This much small bits and pieces of watermelon you're going to remove? What you're going to get? How long are you going to do? And it started poking and, teasing the funny little ant. Now this funny little ant, because it had the brains and it knew that it was going to succeed, did not take it to heart, smiled at that little beetle and the grasshopper and said, let me do my work. Let me continue with whatever I'm doing. You wait and watch. So after some time, again, the grasshopper and the beetle is watching and saying, what is this? And they all came together to see what's happening. And the grasshopper said, अरे ये छोटा छोटा करके कितना आप निकालोगे और कितना दिन आप डालोगे, तब तक तो बारिश हो जाएगी. Again the funny little ant said, wait and watch. And it went fast and fast, continuously going, eating, and within no time the entire watermelon disappeared, because these thousands and thousands of ants who had come, each of them took their little share and they cleared the watermelon. The entire thing was eaten up. So you can see how small, consistent efforts taken repeatedly over a period of time will give you success. So patience and perseverance can move mountains. So if you consistently do one little thing at a time, you will bring about a huge change in your life. You must also have heard about that man who made a way through the mountain alone every day, chipping off one piece of rock and made a way through the mountain. There was a movie also that came just a few months back on television about that man who single-handedly made a way through the mountain. What's his name? Manji. Manji the mountain. Okay, that's the name. So this shows that if you decide to be limitless, nothing will stop you. And we as human beings are one of the most upgraded creatures in this world. So every little effort, every day you sit for half an hour with the thought in your mind that SST is easy for me and I am going to conquer it. You don't have to climb big Mount Everest to prove that you are limitless. You can do small things in a great way, consistently, with patience and perseverance to reach your goal. So now my question to you is, did you like the story? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you can be limitless? And anytime if somebody tells you that you can't do this, can you remember this story and decide to go ahead and take that step?
Yes.
Ansh, do you think you'll be able to score well in English?
Yes, ma'am. With practice and consistency, I think I will be able to.
Correct. 5 days, 5 words per day. will give you
Yes.
35 words at the end of 1 week. I've also told you to use that word coach app that is there. And every day play that game instead of playing PUBG or Free Fire. Right?
Which game? Which game?
Word coach. Right? So now look at the belief that you had about you not being able to do something. Do you think you'll be able to do it? लिनिशा, चीटियों ने कर दिखाया। तो लिनिशा तो बड़ी चीटी है।
बड़ी चीटी, बड़ी क्रीचर।
बड़ी मस्किटो ना?
क्रीचर, 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 क्रीचर।
क्या क्या क्या?
क्रीचर।
क्रीचर, हाँ। We are all creatures ना?
मैम वो जो ants हैं, उनको तो खाना मस्त हो गया।
क्या खाना मस्त हो गया?
वाटरमेलन पूरा साफ कर दिया।
हाँ, पूरा साफ कर दिया ना।
पूरा खाना अच्छे से हो गया उनका तो।
उनका तो खाना हो गया और काम भी हो गया। Right? So life is not complex. Life is very simple. So now do you think that whatever limitations you are putting now onto your mind, those limitations, if they are removed, do you think you can reach, be, do, and have whatever you want?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, why are limiting beliefs formed in our mind? We have done the thought result connection. So in that you realize that if you change your thoughts, you will change your... Yes, Ansh?
Believe.
No, if you change your thoughts, you will believe your change your
Result.
words. If you change your words, you will change your belief. If you change your belief, you will change your actions. And if you change your actions, you will change your results. And the new results will create new thoughts. New thoughts will produce new words. New words will produce a new belief. And new beliefs will help you to take new actions. And you will get new results. Are you getting me? So this is a continuous cycle. So whatever your problem is, put it into this cycle and keep changing what you have to change. And it will eventually move away. So now, Linisha, what is the thought that you can have? Instead of saying that I cannot travel solo, what can you say?
I will travel solo.
Not I will travel solo. Not, that's in future when you're talking about. So how about saying that I enjoy traveling solo?
Yes.
Right? So give more power to your passion or your desire than your fear. So the moment you change your focus and give more energy to your passion or your desire, then automatically you will find the way, you will find people, you will find things. Like, for example, my dream is to inspire 1 billion plus people. So the day my student changed the M to B, I was saying, oh my God, how am I going to reach there? But through each of you, I am going to make it come true. Isn't it? If each of you at least take the responsibility of 1 lakh people, I will aram say reach 1 billion. Yes or no? Yes? Each of you try to bring changes in yourself. There'll be 10 people who will be influenced by you at least. Right? I'm sure people must have started asking Kalash, kya kar diya tere mein itna changes aaya? Right?
Yeah.
And she was scared of speaking in public. Now we're speaking in front of so many people who will be watching this YouTube live.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes.
So never say no to the potential that is there within you. At least give it a try. Koshish to karo. Yes or no? Now, what are your questions? Like, if you go to see in this world, whoever has been a successful person has broken records, right? There was one athlete who was told that he will, if he wants to break the record, he will have to, his heart will have to pump 10 times more the rate of blood that it is actually doing. And he said, how is it possible? If he does that, if his heart pumps that much blood, then he's going to die. All his capillaries are going to burst, his veins are going to burst, and he's going to die. But with consistent effort, he practiced every day, and eventually he reached that particular place where he broke the record. And you know the magic beyond this? After a year, 17 people broke his record. Unbelievable, but true. So this is what happens when you become limitless. Yes. So my questions to you. What do you think you need to change about yourself if you want to be limitless? First and foremost, it's already proved that you can be limitless. Yes or no? Do you all agree? If you agree,
Yes, ma'am.
show me a thumbs up sign. Yeah. You can be limitless. You can do, be, and have whatever you want. Right? So my question to you is today, what is that one thing you can do or one action step that you can take to be limitless? Okay, by the time you think, I'll give you one example. Somebody challenged me saying that you can never drive a vehicle. I took it up as a challenge. I learned how to drive, and I drove from here to Panchgini, that is near Mahabaleshwar, in 5 hours with a half-an-hour break. So ideally, I took 4.5 hours to move from Mumbai to Panchgini. And that gave me so much of confidence that I took up the challenge and I won the challenge. So you never know that you can be limitless until you go head on after you have learned the skill. So what is that one action step before we leave today? I want each of you to say, what is that one action step that you can take? It need not be a great thing. It can be just one step at a time. One small step towards being limitless is, this is how we're going to answer. Let's see who's ready.
Actually, I took it up. कुछ नहीं है करने को, like जो था मैंने face कर दिया.
All right. So facing your fear.
Yeah,
head
by
on.
taking challenges. I took challenge with my teacher.
What challenge was that? Can you share it with us?
Actually, starting it was like I got French in somewhat it's 8th, 9th, and that was all online. So I didn't focus on French really itna deep. And in 10th, obviously boards. So I have to pass my exams. At the starting, like till September, I was failing each exam of French, like by 1 mark, 2 mark, and I was failing totally. And she told my mom that do whatever, I'm not gonna teach her now. So I took it as a challenge, and by the end, I showed up like 40 marks a paper with that. So at least I challenged her, I'll get 35. I got 37.
Woo! Wonderful. Give her a huge round of applause. Awesome. So you should be thankful to your teacher today.
I actually thanked her.
Yeah.
If you didn't give me this challenge, I wouldn't have done it.
Yes, ma'am. In every challenge, there must be someone that he tells you can't do it. Then when you show it, now. Yeah.
But this doesn't work. But this doesn't work with sensitive people, huh? Those who are very sensitive, nah? They get into their shell and they think that they cannot do anything. So that becomes their belief. So people who have that drive and who have that determination, that they get triggered by challenges, for them it is good. Like, for example, there was this boy who was, publicly humiliated by his principal because she asked him a question and he was in his own zone, because a few days back he had faced rejection from a girl, and of course in college time it's like too much. So he was in that phase and he was lost in his own world. Suddenly he had gone into depression and he was not able to concentrate. And suddenly this teacher, she was teaching something, and in between she asked a question, and this boy literally didn't know anything. And after that incident, she told him that since you're not paying attention in class, you will be punished and not allowed to write the examination. He got so scared that he confined himself into a room and he decided that he's no longer going to go to college. Then some other teacher told him that it's okay, we will ask special permission, we'll bring. He somehow cleared the examination. But still that was in his mind that he is not worthy of anything. He cannot do anything. And you know for how long he remained in this state? 14 years. 1-4. Just imagine 14 years being in a state of depression, not talking to anybody, alienating yourself from the world, remaining in one room and not participating in any activity wholeheartedly. Of course, he was working somewhere, but even those people did not have much belief in him because he would get lost in his own thoughts. So it doesn't work with everyone. It works with people who are triggered by challenges. Otherwise, it goes reverse. So my question again to you is, what is that one step? Like already Linisha had taken a step, so she knows that that strategy is going to work. So if somebody tells her that she is limitless, she's going to take it as a challenge and prove her worth. That works for her. But maybe for Vivek, it doesn't work. So Vivek, how should you strategize to become limitless?
I think what has happened to me, I should not think about that too much.
So you must think of the incident as an experience.
Yeah.
And take the learning out of it. If that has happened to me, now how will I deal with it?
Yes.
So does that make you feel empowered?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see who's next. One action step you can take to become limitless. Yes, Ansh?
Ma'am, I'm still deciding.
Okay. What is your limit, by the way?
Ma'am, for what?
I said one action step to become limitless. Like, for example, you said English is a challenge for you.
Yes.
So what is one action step that you can take today, like that ant which is going to bite at one part of the watermelon?
Okay. Ma'am, I could read my textbooks and do some English work like.
No, do a little analysis of what exactly is difficult for you. Reading is not difficult for you, right?
No.
Then what is difficult for you?
Ma'am, the essays and the letter part.
The descriptive things is difficult for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you do not know how the flow will be, what you will start with. So do you remember how you will start with the speeches? I gave you a structure for the speeches, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it easy for you to make speeches?
Yes, that was easy.
So like that, you will have to form a structure on what you're going to describe and cut it into small pieces.
Okay.
Right? So it is like gaining knowledge will help you to be limitless.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So how many of you think you're limitless, and why are you limitless? Yes, anybody else wants to know how to become limitless or take one strategy? Abhinita, if you're comfortable, it's okay. Otherwise, we will start with Kalash speaking about how he thinks he is limitless.
Yes,
Abhinita,
can
would
I
you
say
like to share?
something?
Ma'am, I'm still trying to figure out.
No problem. You can write it down, and when you come tomorrow, we will take it up.
Yeah,
So I think Kalash
sure.
is ready to share why he thinks he's limitless. Are you limitless, Kalash? Yes? Kalash, do you think you're limitless?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, why are you limitless?
First thing, we have to remove this negative thought that I can't do it
Hmm?
and focus on your dreams. Move towards your concentrate on your work hard simply.
Hmm?
Work hard, make your empire, be confident, don't be shy in talking with someone.
Mhm.
Then
Why do you
be
think you are
helpful
limitless?
because I'm capable,
Mhm.
I'm enough.
Wow.
Mm, I can do anything that I want. No
Mhm.
one can, like, mm, and I live my life openly.
Mhm.
I don't be shy. Never feel like being shy.
Okay. Anything else?
I can entertain anyone.
So you have multiple talents. And Linisha is shaking her head from there. Yes, he can entertain me.
That's
Of
true,
course,
and he annoys me.
he annoys me, but he does
He's
entertain
annoying.
you.
He's annoying in a good way.
He's annoying in a good way. Wow. Super. So, do you want to say something else, Kalash?
No.
Okay. So, Vivek, why are you limitless? You're muted. You are muted.
Yes, ma'am. I am limitless. Because maybe I think due to my experience,
Hmm?
yeah, I don't keep on resisting myself
Okay.
recently. I okay, I don't. I take time to open with someone, but
Hmm?
not that too much time.
Hmm.
It's just for a short period, and then it's okay for me. I can match my vibes with them.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, Lenisha, you think you're limitless?
Yeah,
Tell me
because
why.
it's my dream, so I have to complete it, and I would take it as a challenge again if somebody tells me you're not capable of it. Even though I don't want to do that, I'll do that because I want to prove them wrong.
Okay. So you will be limitless by challenging your limits.
I'll challenge myself. If I challenge myself, I'll not complete it. If you challenge me and I have to prove you wrong, I'll do that.
So you need an external motivation to be challenged. So is it possible for you to bring that external into internal? Because maybe sometimes there is nobody to motivate you. There is nobody to push you. But then you have to get the work done. You have to reach where you want to. And in the journey, sometimes people leave you. So will you be able to motivate yourself?
That's what I am thinking to work on. I am looking forward.
Yes, of course, we will be working on that. Yes, Ansh, you want to say something?
No, ma'am.
All right. So I'm sure you all have realized the importance of being limitless. And yes, we are meeting tomorrow again. And at 11, and anybody who comes late, you know what is to be done.
Miss,
Yes,
my speech.
that's what I asked you. Blooper. मैं वही तो पूछ रही थी कि why do you think you are limitless? Yes, let's see. He has prepared something on being limitless, and I really appreciate the efforts that you're taking, Kalash. At your age and Ansh age, it is like really a great thing that you are working on yourself. So, all the viewers out there, I want to tell you one thing. I want all of you to give a huge round of applause to all these beautiful young students who are coming to me, and you know they are trying to make their life, they're working on themselves, they're developing their personalities, and they are the ones who have chosen to be here to actually work on themselves. So if there are elders out here who are watching, who's watching this program, please, please, please work on yourself and become your best version. It is possible. And be inspired by these young stars of Management Me School of Confidence who have decided to become their best version at ages of 13. Ansh, what's your age? 13?
Yes, ma'am, 13.
Yeah. So 13 onwards, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I wish I had got this kind of training when I was your age. Then I would not have spent so many years doubting myself and not being my best version. So over to Kalash Nanavati, who's in just 9th standard, and let's see what he has to say with respect to being limitless. Yes.
So hello everyone. Good afternoon. So
No,
today
good
my
evening.
topic. Sorry,
Good
good
evening.
evening. Sorry, good evening. So today's topic is limitless. So I'm limitless because I'm capable to do anything. I'm limitless because I'm helpful and caring. I'm limitless because I have the strength to pursue my dreams. I'm limitless because I can give my best in my any situation. Many times we don't believe we are limitless because we are stuck in a pattern of thinking that is given to us by the society. That is, achievement never comes easy. When we break this belief and do what it takes, is when you become limitless. So, friends, never be afraid of your challenges. Move towards your dreams with determination and be limitless.
Wow, superb. Give him a huge round of applause, everyone. And yes, I really would want to know what score you would want to give Kalash for rendering such a beautiful speech. And it has come from his heart. He meant every word. Isn't it, Kalash?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ansh, we start with you.
Ma'am, 9.
Wow, superb. Vivek has given 10 out of 10. What about you, Linisha?
He's improving, so 10.
Wow, superb. What about Abhinita? How much would you want to give him? Yes.
I would give 9.
9, wonderful. So that's a average score of 9.5 for Kalash. Superb. Keep it up, and we wish to see you every time raising the bar. Are you ready to take yourself to higher levels of development?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So stay tuned, and dear viewers, please give in your comments and encourage these young students who are actually working very hard. When other children are playing and spending their time amusing themselves, these are the students who are coming to learn about improving their personality, breaking the barriers which are physical, mental, emotional, and reach out to the stars. So my sincere best wishes to all of you. And yes, we are meeting again online next Wednesday, same time, 8:30 p.m. India time. Stay tuned for more, and I win when you win. God bless. So see you all tomorrow in the
Okay,
class.
Bye,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Good
11
night.
Bye.
o'clock it is.
Yes, 11 it is.